Bonjour. Anins goes and Gazawing Wait on the Mikanekwe. I'm Sherri Jones. Welcome again. This week's subject is about the things that are going on in Standing Rock right now in Cannibal, North Dakota, with the pipeline, with the no access Dakota pipeline stuff. I have a lot of different things to talk about and some videos to show. And I want to mention that the governor there, the Governor Dalrymple, Governor Dalrymple, has been caught. I guess he took a bribe, and I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. We haven't heard anything, but I do have a story that I want to share with you in a little while about other things. I'll talk about that a little bit. And then also, I have some words and video from the Red Warrior camp there, and the spokesman Cody Hall, and also Clyde Belcourt, and a few other things. And then also I have some video of the day when some of the group went to the Capitol there in Bismarck, and they did a round dance with the people in the street, and some police joined in, so there's words there too. And then also the Standing Rock had brought a freezer truck in, and so they're able to have their meat and things stored there too that they need. And Chief Bill Baker of the Cherokee Nation sent a semi-load full of water there. And I also wanted to mention too is that there's more than one camp out there. At first there was a Sacred Stone camp who had been there for a few months, just kind of watching over things and praying, until knowing that this time may come, expecting that it probably would come, and being prepared and praying, and so they can, let others know what's happening too. So they were there, and they started to expand, and other people and tribes and groups started coming, and so there were other camps that formed around in the area too. So the Red Warrior camp is one of them, and that's some videos of the videos that I have today. And also the Ho-Chunk Nation was doing a collection of supplies for them too, and I think today, which is Sunday, the 28th of August 2016. I think today might be the last day of collection, and that they're leaving Tuesday, but I'm not sure. So you can call any of the casinos or their office and check their website or their Facebook page for the Ho-Chunk Nation to see if there's things that you want to donate, because they also have an account where you can donate money online too, and they'll make sure that it gets up there. But anyways, I think they had a goal of 200,000, and they were, when I saw it the other day, it was like 180,000 or something. So I think they were close to it. So anyways, also I want to mention too, they had a water ceremony there, not this last Saturday, but the Saturday before, and a horse ride where they had 38 horses, and I have a small video from the Red Warriors camp, on that too. What they did was they put out, for the people that were coming from different nations, when they got there, to bring some water from their land, from where they're at, their area, and then they would go out in the canoes and the boats out, and then they would do a water ceremony on the water. So that's, a lot of people were wondering what that was about. That's what that was about. Okay. Well, they want the water. The water would recognize each other for each land. Each body of water. When the water comes together, that all the water will recognize each other there. So I thought that was pretty neat. Okay, yeah, and when the camps first started, there was just a few that started at the beginning, and then when the machinery and stuff was starting to come in, then that's when the camp started to grow. And then within within a week, I think there was 1,000 people. Then through that week, it became like 2,000. And I don't know where they're at right now. I think they're at somewhere around 3,000. But I think this last weekend, I heard there was 4,000 people there. So it's been growing, and there's more coming yet too from different directions. But I suppose some people could only come for the weekend, then they had to go back. So anyways, I'll start in with some of the videos of the Red Warrior Camp.
Two, one. Cody Hall here, media spokesperson for the Red Warrior Camp, and I took some notes about the federal injunction hearing in D.C. and I just want to share with you guys. So, the federal judge is made a ruling that he's going to delay this process until September 14th, till the next Saturday. He wants to hear this this next court date. So let's keep that in mind. Put it on the books, please. That September 14th is the next hearing. So he said that he needed more time to look over the legalities of this case. So we, like I said, let's just keep those in mind. But also, I want to congratulate the legal team for all the support and their representation for what they're doing in the court system and the court process, because that is not a that's not an easy job. So I just want to say thank you guys for what you're doing and how you're representing us. A big thank you. And but definitely this is not a victory. So let's keep that mindful. This is just a pause right now, and so let's, like I said, let's keep pushing forward. I know that's how court processes are. They're lengthy, and it's not fun at all. But also let's keep the pressure on talking about why Governor Dalrymple had declared a state of emergency, and also he pulled the water from in the first aid camps from the Red Warrior Camp there. He put the people's health at jeopardy, and that just shows you that he doesn't care for Indians and their plight to bring this case more to head. So let's keep the pressure on there. Let's keep talking about that. But and then also I wanted to kind of shorten up a little bit about the roadblock just outside of Cannonball. There is a roadblock. We're not sure how long that is right now. Hopefully it's just for today. But I don't know why the BIA officials are putting pressure on Indian people about going up to the camp. So hopefully, like I said, it's a day process. But just be aware that there is one, but it's not. They're not impeding you. They're not stopping you from going to the camp. They're just making a presence there. So, but also this is one of those issues that we need to talk about. We are committed to taking a stand, a long-term stand, to make sure that this pipeline dies. So please hear our stories, keep sharing everybody's positive words, and we just need to make sure that this pipeline dies, not sits on a pause mode. Okay, so keep sharing your positive and encouraging words about our plight here at the camp, and please join us in support at this camp to take part in all these activities and share your stories and your love and compassion with all of us. But and also I just want to give an update that we Lexi Crow Dog is here at the camp, and we're going to have ceremony with him. So we're all looking forward to going in and sending up prayers for the people, the land and the water, and please pray for us if you're not able to make it at this camp. Keep us in your prayers, and like I said, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Wopula.
Today is International American Indian Movement, National Indian Movement Day here at the encampment on the Standing Rock Reservation Nation. And we put our AIM flag up there. We're sponsoring the meal tonight for everybody. We're inviting people, all that are connected to AIM in one way or the other, want to give testimony of what's happening on their homeland, how it's being polluted, and how it affects our children, affects our nation. We're asking them all to come to the main camp tonight, and after dinner, we're going to hear from leadership from all over America and even on an international level, Canada and all over. They're going to be there tonight to express their feelings. We want to lift this cloud violence that they're trying to push on us, you know, so try to stop people from coming in, stop support, stir up the people. And we want to let people know that this is not just about the American Indian movement, it's not just about us, it's about all children. All races of humankind are going to suffer from this. They're going to die from it, so let this go on and continue. The people that last night were giving testimony how their water's already polluted back home, and talking about some of the different diseases and sicknesses that are happening, and the people that's suffering the people. We want to give them an opportunity to talk about that tonight so everybody hear that. The other thing that we like to do is put a call out. We did it at Wounded Knee during the 71-day liberation of Wounded Knee. We brought in observers, human and civil rights observers, church leaders that were committed, that really believe in walking the footsteps of Jesus Christ, those kinds of Christians, to come in and bear witness to what has happened, and we'd be able to report back to the governor, the city councils, and all the little townships in and around the reservation that we're not here for any type of deal with any kind of violence or anything like that. We've already tracked down how the rumor started and how the governor went all the way to the governor, and that's all it was a rumor. In fact, it was a local person that put it out, and the women already confronted him, and he said he didn't think he was doing anything wrong, but he was that kind of guy. He's that kind of guy that's always making those kinds of stories up, so they already silenced him. But that's what they used. It went all the way to the governor. It started out just as a little rumor. We want people to know that. We invite people from this area, church leaders, civil and human rights type of people, to come on in. People from the governor. The governor should send a crew down to meet with us and find out who we are and what we're all about. It's not about us, it's about our children. It's about the unborn generations to come. So we're going to ask everyone to join in. Whether they can make it here or not, they can start making phone calls to their congressional leaders, to Obama and other people that are involved with this very critical issue that we're dealing here with today. So we're asking everybody to join us in that effort and to come here, be with us, help us, support us in every way you can. Bring your tents, bring your teepees, bring your sleeping bags, bring clothing, bring some donation and stuff like that. Plan on staying here for a while so we can resolve this issue. Once again, it's not about us, it's about our children and unborn generations to come. I don't want my granddaughter, who's 5 years old, having cancer or getting sick, and then find out it came from the water, and it's questioning me, Grandpa, Grandma, Grandpa, Uncle, how come you didn't do something about this? How come you didn't do something about this? I don't ever want my children and grandchildren to question me. Nobody in this camp should ever feel that way, that someday they're going to be confronted by their own children and question us and wonder why we didn't do something. We could say we did something. We're the ones that turned things around. And that's what we're doing here today, and that's why we came here. Sorry that I was late here for this so-called city council meeting that was going to take place. We thought we were going to be able to give comment, give them some history, and start lifting this fear that they're created to bring in millions of dollars, Homeland Security, Sheriff's Department, the police, and BIA, Boonscott, and the federal government, the troops, like they did at Wounded Knee. We don't want them to repeat that. So they spent millions and millions of dollars doing that. That's all documented in a 9.5-month trial at Wounded Knee trials in St. Paul, Minnesota in 1974. And that's why we came to Standing Rock back then, because the elders and the chiefs demanded that we put together some type of treaty conference. We did it at Standing Rock. They were so excited about it at Standing Rock, they directed the American Indian movement to go to Geneva to seek non-government organizational status, recognition by the United Nations. And Bill Means was given that responsibility, and he carried it through. And today, because we had to contact all the indigenous peoples all over the world, today, the International Treaty Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People affects 365 million indigenous people on a local and international level. And we're calling on all of them to join us now in this final battle for our children and unborn generations to come.
Make some noise!
Hi, my name's Cody Hall, media correspondent for the Red Warrior Camp. And today up here in Mending at the Morton County offices, they had a quick session, 5-minute meeting. It was open to the public, but really not many people were here. We made a presence. We weren't given the opportunity to ask any questions. But what happened today was they are asking for the state of North Dakota, the governor, Mr. Jack Dalrymple, and Morton County officials have asked that funds be readily available and released to them to pay backlog people. The state officers that we've seen in pictures and on the news, they've accumulated X amount of hours of overtime. They want to pay them to even out their account, but they're also asking for readily available funds so that they can issue a call out for more deputies, sheriffs from surrounding states and really across the nation so that they can come here and show a presence. There was no talk of National Guard, but you know that it's in the back of their mind. So as of right now, there is no talk of a National Guard presence, but tomorrow night from 6 to 6:45 here at the Morton County offices in Mending, they are having another meeting where they're asking the public to come in and make a few statements, but it's only a 45-minute window, so we're going to have to come up with something. Even if it's one powerful question, we are going to have to, we only given that small amount of time. So let's keep the pressure on them. If you have any concerns or anything, please come to the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram accounts, and just show your support for the Red Warrior Camp and the people taking the stand of this non-violent direct action that we're seeking here, and to hear our voices heard. So thank you much. Pay attention to our social medias and show support for us.
Our Cherokee Shakoi relatives who are taking a stand against the Dakota Access Pipeline. But one thing we wanted to share. Check. All right, there we go. One thing we wanted to share is what we're doing here, this round dance. It's not just for show. This is an expression of kinship and friendship. Dakota, Lakota, Nakota, that word means ally. And we're here expressing together our resistance against the Dakota Access Pipeline, not as Dakota people, not as Washichu, our non-native people, but as human beings. As I was saying, we all have a stake in this fight. We're here to protect the water, protect the air, and protect the future generations of our children now and those to come. That's why we're here. Together, unified. That's what that camp represents down there, is unity. Our fight here is not based in hate, it's grounded in love. We love life, we love the water, we love Mother Earth, and we love each other. The only path forward for us to continue on this planet is we have to keep fossil fuels in the ground. We need to see a just transition for our communities, native and non-native. That's a must for us to exist before going forward from here. And this fight against this pipeline is just a part to play in that. So I thank each and every one of you for being here, from the bottom of my heart, for being a part of this. I want to say, I love each and every one of you. I say thank you to those dancing, to those singing, to those filming and documenting, even to our relatives here standing in this line here, the police force. Thank you for witnessing this. To take this back to your leaders, to your own families, to say that this fight is based in love and peace. That the camp that you see down there is nonviolent direct action. I just wanted to share those few words. We're going to have our singer sing us finally another song. But I wanted to have all of us understand why we're here. Understand understand that this dance, why we asked you to come in, whether you're Native or not, dance with us. This is a symbol of our fight here. We ask our relatives, if you're in uniform, if you can, come and dance with us. Share this space. Don't be scared. We're not going to judge you if you dance kind of goofy. It's all right. Tonight, I was also asked to announce an act of solidarity down at the Spirit Camp. There's going to be a concert tonight at 8:30 p.m., a youth concert at the Red Warrior Camp down there, and everyone's invited. It's a featuring Native artists. There's a number of Native artists in the camp. At 8:30 tonight, each and every one of you are invited to come down and celebrate with us. Listen to some music, get some knowledge. So I want to say at this time, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much to our allies who are here in Bismarck, who understand why we're fighting against this pipeline. Thank you very much for doing that. We have to push back against the fear-mongering that's happening in the media. We have to push back at what elected officials are saying, that what we're seeing is violence. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. There are no firearms there. There are no pipe bombs. There's nothing of that sort. There are women and children, elders, families who see the importance to stand up. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to the Trekkie shot going. Aho! Aho!
Hey, how you doing? This is Cody Hall, spokesperson for the Red Warrior Camp. We just left the County Commissioner's office here in Mending and concluding the public commentary that was the 45-minute block tonight that County Commissioners gave, Morton County Commissioners gave that opportunity. A lot of people have spoke. Clyde Belkert, one of them. My grandmother spoke up for the elders. And essentially what has come about from this meeting is that they heard the public comments, the concerns, why this pipeline should not be built overall, not just in this area, but why it should not be built. And also, I think what's going to come about this from the commissioners is that they're going to listen to the concerns of the people, but essentially they're still going to rule in favor of that declaration of emergency so that funds will be readily available, and that they're going to be calling for a mass amount of some type of military presence, possibly from the National Guard, if not that, a huge amount of deputy sheriffs to come in and say that to arrest people for civil unrest of this situation, to say that everything is a risk down there, these people are a threat, a terror, that type of thing. So essentially they might be giving us this kind of no sense of calm that they're trying to portray right now, as these commissioners left the meeting with. But essentially I think the way the tone was and the way that they talked is that they're going to bring out force if needed, and that I really think that they're going to be pushing it for that. So we need to be more out of a stance right now. We cannot take that thumbs up approach that they gave us. We need to look at this approach as they are really trying to gear up right now with the talk that they've had through press conferences and the press releases, that they are gearing up for a mass amount of people to come down and arrest people at the camp, possibly raid the camp. And so I'm not fear-mongering my own people, but I'm saying that we witnessed it here, and I was, here to report this to you guys, and that we need to get the word out. We need to get the word out to the world now that they do not see us as civil, they do not see us as peaceful. They have a narrative that isn't true, and that's what they're acting on. So please follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, Red Warrior Camp, and we'll keep you up with the latest. Oh.
Warm greetings for all the citizens of Mother Earth. We are anonymous. We are the resistance. We are called to stand in solidarity with all tribes of indigenous people against the Dakota access pipeline. We are here to take direct action to stop the DAPL from destroying our sacred planet and polluting our sacred water. We are disgusted with this heinous display of greed set forth upon us. Hence, Anonymous stands in public outcry to stop the raping of our world. Furthermore, we find the unforeseen damage and contamination repulsive as well as an insult to our very souls. This is a stand of direct action in solidarity and peace to let you know, President Obama, that this will not go undone with no consequence. We want you to step up, Mr. President, and put forth a direct order to stop this evil infliction brought about to inhabitants of the world. Consequently, we will not stand down as this heinous display of greed is set forth to mutilate our sacred water. Your economy equals water of life, which your pipeline will most certainly desecrate and destroy. Mr. President, it's not too late for you to do the right thing and reverse this injustice. This is a public outcry to you, Mr. President.
Chaleureuse salutation pour tous les citoyens de la Terre-Mère. Nous sommes Anonymous, nous sommes la résistance. Nous sommes appelés à être solidaires de toutes les tribus des peuples autochtones contre le Dakota Access Pipeline. Nous sommes ici pour prendre des mesures directes pour arrêter le DAPL de détruire notre planète sacrée et polluer notre eau sacrée. Nous sommes dégoûtés de cet écran odieux de la cupidité énoncée sur nous. Par conséquent, Anonymous se trouve dans la clameur publique pour arrêter le viol de notre monde. En outre, nous trouvons les dommages imprévus et la contamination répulsive ainsi qu'une insulte à nos âmes. Ceci est un stand d'action directe dans la solidarité et la paix pour vous laisser savoir le président Obama que cela ne va pas défaire sans conséquence. Nous voulons que vous intensifiez, Monsieur le Président, et mis en avant un ordre direct pour arrêter ce mal infliction provoquée aux habitants du monde. Par conséquent, nous ne resterons pas vers le bas comme cet affichage odieux de la cupidité est exposé à mutiler notre eau sacrée. Ni Wiconi égale l'eau de quelle votre pipeline sera très certainement profanée et détruire. Monsieur le Président, il n'est pas trop tard pour vous de faire la bonne chose et inverser cette injustice. Ceci est un tollé général à vous, Monsieur le Président au apostrophe.
We are anonymous. We are vegan. We do not forgive. We do not forget. President Obama, you should be expecting us.
Okay, in 2012, a lady named Amy Dalrymple had been doing a report investigation on Governor Dalrymple of North Dakota, and though they have the same last name, I guess they are not related. Okay, she got up a lot of information. Dunn County residents submitted a petition for a grand jury to investigate Governor Dalrymple. Okay, and it was posted on October 31st, 2012, of some of the things that went on in 2011 and 2012. Okay, Williston, North Dakota residents of Dunn County want a grand jury to decide if campaign contributions Governor Jack Dalrymple accepted from the oil industry may be considered bribery. More than 170 residents signed a petition submitted today that could force the Dunn County District Court to convene a grand jury and consider whether Dalrymple should be prosecuted under Class C felony bribery statutes. Okay, so Dalrymple's campaign had received a lot of money from the oil companies. And he was also had been serving head of the North Dakota Industrial Commission at the same time. Looking for the part where it shows how much money they got. Okay, Dunn County had 1,670 voters is what Dalrymple had, and they have to have a percentage of that. So I think it was like they had to have 167 signatures, which they did. They had over 170. Okay, Thompson particularly calls attention to the fact that the decision to approve the unit came eight days after Ham's $20,000 campaign contribution. Other contributions he ties to the unit include $25,000 gift from John Hess, CEO of Hess Corp, and other donations that add up to $81,600. ConcoPhillips parent Company of Burlington Resources is tied to 1,000 donation from the ConocoPhillips Spirit PAC. Thompson said the amount of interest the companies have isn't relevant under the bribery statute. Okay, about the petition law. North Dakota law spells out how county residents can use a petition to convene a grand jury. The petition must be signed by eligible voters with at least as many signatures as 10% of the total number of votes cast for governor in the most recent general election. Dunn County had 1,670 voters in 2008, meaning 167 signatures were required. Yes. When the North Dakota Century Code says about the grand jury. Okay. When grand jury may be called. No grand jury may be drawn, summoned, or convened in any county within the state unless the district judge therefore shall so direct by a written order filled with a clerk of court in the county wherein the said grand jury is required to attend. Any judge of the district court for any county must direct in the manner herein provided that a grand jury be drawn and summoned to attend whenever 1. The judge deems the attendance of the grand jury necessary for the due enforcement of the law of the state. 2. The board of the county commissioners of the county wherein court is to be held, in written request, the judge so to do. Or 3. A petition in writing requesting the same is presented to the judge, signed and qualified elections of the county equal in number to at least 10% of the total vote cast in the county for office of governor of the state at the least general election. Okay, I'm wondering what happened with this and what's going to happen in the future. If they have this information, I'm sure there's more investigation and there's more on them. So I'm wondering where things are gonna go from here. This was 2011 and 2012. This stuff came from. So he's been caught. You know, I'm thinking, shouldn't he be in prison by now? So, anyways, we'll see. On to the next thing, I guess.
Okay, now I have a message that was put out by John Eagle Sr. Long ago, our ancestors knew the Cannonball River as Indian Wankan Kajepi Wakapa. I don't speak Lakota, so I don't know if I pronounce that right. River where the sacred stones are made. And they knew the Missouri River as Minnesos, turbulent water. At the confluence of where those two rivers met was a great whirlpool that created perfectly round stones that were considered to be sacred. When the U.S. Army Corps of Engineering degraded the Cannonball River and altered its course, the rivers quit making those stones. The federal undertaking had an adverse effect on an area of religious and cultural significance to our people. We will never again see this. When man changes the land, it is changed forever. When the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers created the dams to create hydraulic power, that federal undertaking had an adverse effect on a traditional cultural landscape. Construction had begun north of Standing Rock, and they didn't even bother to tell the people. It wasn't until the water came that they realized that they were flooding the river. There are many sad stories from our relatives and communities that lived on the river bottom about the deep spiritual wound this caused our grandparents. When they lost their river bottom, they lost traditional foods and medicines that caused the people to become dependent on Indian health services. Prior to that, there was no diabetes, heart disease, and obesity among our people. The land between the Cannonball River and the Heart River north of us is sacred land, this historic place of commerce where enemy tribes camped within the sight of each other peacefully because of the reverence they had for the sacred place. In the area are sacred stones where our ancestors went to pray for good direction, strength, and protection for the coming year. Those stones are still there. The people still go there every day. The entire route of the Dakota Access Pipeline will have an adverse effect on sites of religious and cultural significance to many tribal nations. Wherever the buffalo roam, our ancestors left evidence of their existence and connection to everything in creation. The Aboriginal lands of the Osidi, Sakaganawin, not sure if I pronounced that right either, extended as far as west of as Wyoming and Montana, as far north as the bush country in Canada, as far east as the Great Lakes, and as far south as Kansas. Along this construction corridor, they're going to disrupt ancestral burial places and sites of religious and cultural significance to tribes. For our relatives traveling to Standing Rock to pray with and to support the Papa, remember you're on sacred land. Respect each other. Watch over each other. Be good relatives to each other. Let's be good stewards to the land and commit to having as small of an ecological footprint as we can. There will be feeds burning your Watisa plates. Another word I don't know, sorry. Let's try not to litter the land with the plastic and styrofoam. Spread the word. You are coming to sacred land, to a sacred place, and need to be respectful and have reverence for the land, water, and air. Pi elko po, another word of the language I don't understand. Take care. Or I'm sorry. Take courage and be strong. Our ancestors are with us. We are not alone, and be victorious. It's a message from Chief Arvo Looking Horse. Message on water. Okay, it's by Jacob Devani on Thursday, March 17th, 2016. The importance of water in the Lakota tradition. Arvo Looking Horse is the 19th generation keeper of the sacred white buffalo calf pipe of the Sioux Nation. He is a leading voice in the preservation of the sacred sites across the planet and founder of World Peace and Prayer Day, which happens every year on June 21st. Arvo was also very involved in calling forth awareness and international collaboration in the wake of the Fukushima nuclear disaster and vocal about climate change issues. He speaks from the heart with deep responsibility to the ancestors and love for the future generations. Below is his statement about the importance of water from his Lakota tradition. We as caretakers of Turtle Island have always understood Great Spirit has blessing with us. The water of life, Miniwikani, don't know if I said that right. We always know it is the lifeline to maintain health and well-being. For a few decades now, we have been told through our ceremonies that man has gone too far, disrupting many cycles of life. Through our passed down knowledge that still carried traditions of respect for all world in order to maintain balance and harmony, we still carry our ways to honor the 4 seasons upon Mother Earth. On March 21st, many people will be welcoming the thunders in ceremonies throughout Turtle Island. We also acknowledge another honoring for water around Mother Earth to unite and offer prayers on March 22nd, known as World Water Day. We are asking to open your hearts and minds to this time of crisis that is now upon us, threatening a healthy life for our future generations, and also for the many spirit lives of the 4-legged winged ones, those that crawl and swim, who depend on Miniwikani, the water of life. Those that know how strong spirited energy is, understand water is the most essential lifeline to survival. It is the source of life that is so powerful that we offer our energy of prayers. It can change into medicinal healing through united intentions. Even science finally found this out only recently. Water carries the keeper's energy and can change very fast. It can also bring death up by not respecting its gift, especially when over-abused as a resource. It is time we wake up the world to stop abusing and destroying a gift of life before it is too late. In a sacred hoop of life where there is no ending and no beginning. Ona Pitaka, that we shall live. Signed, Chief Arvo Looking Horse, 19th generation keeper of the sacred white buffalo calf pipe. Well, thank you, Arvo.
Okay, to finish up for today, I'd like to let the people know who are heading to North Dakota that they're looking for extra supplies and things, and money donations and whatever is needed there. If you have extra things to take along with you, canned goods and such, please do. Also, I want to mention that Indian Summer Festival this year is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, from the 9th to the 11th, and that is at Meyer Park as usual, and it's the 2016 Indian Summer Festival. You can contact them at www.indiansummer.com if you need any information on that. They also have a Facebook page. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. I'm Sherri Jones. It's been a good day. Gigawapa Minawa, Minigishagad, Miigwech.